What's up, fam? I'm Jasper the Filmie, and in this recap video, you're going to hear words from Bryan Larkin, who is an actor in the United Kingdom. However, he's really popular for the role that he played in London Has Fallen as the SAS team director with Gerard Butler.
A little bit about how I became involved in the movie. You know, I was lucky enough. I was at a point, I guess it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, that I was, I didn't have much money. It was at the time I was still living in Scotland, and as an actor, a struggling actor, you're always trying to, move forward, and you're taking every opportunity you can. You still try to be careful with the kind of work that you take, because there's certain roles that you might do where, they might not consider you for a movie like that. But I was fortunate enough to get the call to self-tape. So I taped myself at my home with my flatmate at the time, and we set up the camera. As actors, or any of your viewers who are watching or listening, actors have to self-tape sometimes, where they can't actually make the audition with the casting director in the room with the script. And I'd sent over it was only maybe about 4 or 5 lines, and I did it in an English accent, actually.
Oh, wow.
The character was written as SAS. Well, he's English. So I'd sent off the sides, and they obviously liked the look of me and my performance for a further audition. So I got a call 2 weeks later to go to Pinewood Studios in London to meet the director, Babak Najafi, and also the casting director, Elaine Granger. And there was just another 40 or 50 guys, forming a queue outside the door, who kind of looked, we all pretty much could have been, up for the same role. But they were casting numerous roles that day. So I went in, met the director, shook my hand, and he says, "Right, you ready to go?" And I says, "Yeah." I said, "I love what you did in your audition. But would you mind maybe making him Scottish?"
Oh, wow.
I was like, he says, "Because I like your own accent. I think it's got there's a certain quality to this character that I think that your accent, your natural accent, would really, complement that." And immediately I started to panic, because I'd learned the lines in an accent that was not naturally my own.
Right.
I says, "Look, okay, just give me a." He says, are you all right now? Any actors out there, when you learn a line in an accent, when you learn a scene or an audition or a role in a certain accent, then they ask you to do it in a different accent, it changes your physicality. It changes your preparation. I guess in just some ways, it's like if you had a dance audition, for example, and you have to dance the foxtrot for your audition, and then they say, "Okay, now give me some jive." You're like, "Well, I didn't prepare any jive." So it was like, "Okay, just give me a minute. Just let me run the lines in my head." And he says, "Look, the lines are unimportant here. What matters is the performance and how you come across. And what I'd like you to do is I'd just like you to try and make me feel as if you're totally in command of this situation.
Yeah.
I just want to feel as if this is the first time you've met. The world, basically, the future and the safety of the world. The president is at stake here. The world could go into Third World War here.
Yeah.
I want to feel that sense." So I rocked up and did it, and he just says, "That's great. Okay, try it this way. Try a little bit. I want to see how far we can go now." And then I had a bit more intensity about it, and I came in with a lot more aggression. We're eventually shouting and screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And the casting director, she was just like panicking. She was like, "Is everything?" She thought it was real.
Yeah.
I was right in this guy's face, and I was, he was like, "No, that's perfect. Thanks very much." And I left, and I didn't hear anything for about a month.
Yeah.
And I remember I was doing this play, and I was working with my buddy, rehearsing a play at the time, a very small local theatre production, but it was a good play. And then I got a call, and I got an email from my agent saying, "Can you take a call just now?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, absolutely." It's anytime an actor's agent calls or texts them, they drop everything. You could be at your best friend's funeral, and your phone rings, and you say, "Agent," you immediately, "Excuse me, I have to take a call."
I gotta go. Yeah.
The situations I've been in when the phone is rang, it's an interesting movie in itself. But then he called me and he says, "Okay, they'd like to book you for London Has Fallen." I couldn't believe it. I was so excited.
Yeah.
And then I got the role, and then a month later I was in Bulgaria for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks shooting. And initially that part was originally maybe only about 4 scenes.
Yeah.
And they're quite short scenes, but then when I got on the set and I started working with Gerard and I started working, it said, you're a great actor, and I think that you're really enjoying yourself here. And I says, yeah. I'm loving it. And it says, we'll see if we can give you a little bit more to do then. And then the role was slightly built up. I had a longer sequences. I had a couple of additional scenes added to pad out the character.
Yeah.
And then Gerard and I had improvised sometimes as well, and I just went along with what he was saying, and it all worked out beautifully. And the rest is history. The movie turned out great. Went to the premiere. It's been great for my career. It's opened a lot of doors for a lot of big projects as well. And we do still keep in touch, and hopefully I'll be making another movie with them very soon.
What's up, fam? I hope you enjoyed that last conversation. Now, if you want to hear the full thing, all you have to do is simply click on the link that I put in the bio, and that will take you to my station on Stationhead. Make sure you hit the follow button so you can get notified on all the shows that goes live and all the shows that I record. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell so that you can get all the notifications on my latest videos so you can stay tuned for greatness.